ओके, गुड मॉर्निंग गाइस। सो बेसिकली आज हम लोग है ना ए पी डी एल आंसर्स ए पी डी एल पे स्टेप बार एनालिसिस करेंगे। सो इन दिस एनालिसिस दिस इज़ अ सैम्पल क्वेश्चन वेयर द लेफ्ट एंड इज़ फिक्स्ड एंड जो मिडल एंड है वहाँ पे 20 किलो न्यूटन का फोर्स लग रहा है एंड 50 किलो न्यूटन का टूवर्ड्स द राइट लग रहा है। ओके, सो इसके लिए वी हैव टू परफॉर्म इट ऑन ए पी डी एल। फर्स्टली गो हियर एंड सर्च ए पी डी एल। सो ये मैकेनिकल ए पी डी एल है, डबल क्लिक इट विल रन एंड सो हियर इज़ द ए पी डी एल का इंटरफेस। ओके, सो बेसिकली हम लोग स्टार्टिंग से स्टार्ट करेंगे एंड तो इसमें क्वेश्चन में है कि दिस इज़ अ स्ट्रक्चरल एनालिसिस, राइट। सो स्ट्रक्चरल एनालिसिस के लिए दिस प्रेफरेंसेस टैब नीड्स टू बी सेट टू स्ट्रक्चरल and you'll click on OK. So now you will be performing a structural analysis on APDL and you have to go to preprocessor में you have to define an element. मतलब now this question this interface मतलब ये जो है this is a beam element, like this is a beam which has a cross section of 30 cross 30 and 15 cross 15. So basically अभी you have to give an element type. You'll go to add, edit or delete element, go to add, click on beam, click on 2 node and we are selecting 2 node because वो standard रहता है and it proves better during analysis and जो भी तुम्हारा practical exams रहेगा उसमें भी 2 node ही select करना and go and click apply, ठीक है, and click OK. Otherwise see, if you click double click then it creates 2 materials. Delete one, no problem, and ये अभी 1 element है, ठीक है. So close this tab. Element has been created. Now you have to give material properties and material properties of that element. Now you have created a beam element और beam element में materials डालना है, ठीक है. So this material models में जब जाओगे ना तो you will get to define material. अभी in this question see the materials are 2 different materials, 200 GPa and 100 GPa. तो you need to define 2 materials at the beginning itself. So पहले ये material model अभी 1 है. See you can see it's material model 1. So go to structural, linear, elastic, isotropic, and now you have to put this Ex is your Young's modulus and Prxy is your Poisson's ratio. So अभी answers is unitless. So अगर तुम लोग Ex को अगर तुम न्यूटन पर मिलीमीटर स्क्वायर में डाल रहे हो तो रिमेंबर बाकी सब डायमेंशंस भी तुम लोग को मिलीमीटर माइंड में रख के करना है, बिकॉज आंसर्स इज यूनिटलेस एंड वो जो भी कैलकुलेशन करता है वो यूनिट एलिमिनेट करके करता है. सो अभी मैं इसको न्यूटन पर मिलीमीटर स्क्वायर दैट इज पास्कल्स में डाल रहा हूँ, तो उसके लिए इसका यूनिट हो जाता है 2 इंटू ई पावर 11. ये होता है 2 इंटू 10⁻11, मतलब 200 GPa को अगर तुम लोग कन्वर्ट करोगे तो यू विल गेट 2 इंटू ई पावर 11, ठीक है. एंड Poisson's ratio as given in the question is 0.25 for this material, so you will select 0.25 and click OK. Now you have to add another material to this thing. So go to material, new model, and this material ID let it be 2, मतलब वो second material create होगा. So now you can see this is material number 2 and follow the same process. Click on isotropic. अभी यहाँ पे it has 100 GPa value. So Ex set it to 100 no not 100 GPa, my bad, 1 into e power 11. So this is your 10⁻11, that is 100 GPa, and the Poisson's ratio is 0.3. So click 0.3 and click on OK. Yeah, so now since both of your materials are defined, cross this section, like now it's not needed. So define हो चुका है materials. Now जो भी तुम्हारा एलिमेंट रहेगा you need to give क्रॉस सेक्शन टू दैट. तो इसका क्रॉस सेक्शन 30 क्रॉस 30 दिया है, दैट मीन्स इट्स अ स्क्वायर क्रॉस सेक्शन. तो स्क्वायर क्रॉस सेक्शन के लिए गो टू सेक्शंस, गो टू कॉमन सेक्शंस, बिकॉज इसमें बीम के अंडर कुछ कॉमन सेक्शंस डिफाइंड होता है. सो बीम के अंडर यू गेट कॉमन सेक्शंस एंड या द नेम इट जो लाइक यू हैव टू गिव. सो आई विल गिव 30 क्रॉस 30 so that I can remember it later, and the B will be 30, H will be again 30, and keep these 2 values as 1. ये 1 इसलिए रहता है कि अगर ये 1 नहीं रहेगा ना तो answers doesn't perform analysis and it gives some error. So इसके लिए you have to give this as 1. Click on apply. Now clicking on apply, this material is created. Now change the ID of material to, so see these values disappear and you have to input new values. So now this will be 15 cross 15 and ये मैं नाम दिया हूँ मटेरियल को मेरे लाइक अकॉर्डिंग टू मी, तो मैंने 15 दे दिया यहाँ पे एंड यहाँ पे भी 15 दे दिया बिकॉज इसका बी एंड एच एस 15 टू मेक इट अ स्क्वायर क्रॉस सेक्शन एंड दिस शुड बी 1 and 1. Okay, now click on OK, so this tab will disappear and your material is added. If you want to check, double click here. Double click there and you will get this tab again. See, the ID number 1 is 30 cross 30 and these are its properties, and the ID number 2 is the 15 cross 15 and these are the IDs of that material. Click on OK. It will be saved there. Now the sections part is done. Now what you have to do, you have to model, means you have to add the points, like you have to create this model in the workbench itself. So for that you have to go into modeling. Modeling mein you have to create key points. Now what are key points? Key points are these 3 points, like this will be a starting point, this will be ending point for this model, and this will be starting point for this model and ending point will be here. So basically there will be 1, 2 and 3 major key points where the force will be applied and where this will be there, the constraint will be there. So firstly you go to key points. You can either add key points or nodes. मैं जो नेक्स्ट प्रैक्टिकल है उसके लिए नोड्स यूज़ करूँगा एंड यू विल सी टू डैट कि कैसे करते हैं वो. सो यू गो इन टू की पॉइंट्स. In key points, go in active CS. Active CS means this plane. You have to create key points in this plane. So go into active CS, click key point number, keep it as 1. You have to, and see if this is origin, so its coordinate will be 0, 0, 0. So this will be 0, 0 and 0, and click on apply. So actually see, this is the white dot has appeared which was not there before. And yeah, this is material number 1. You cannot see it now. I'll just put number 2 and you will be able to see the number 2 and you will get idea. So now number 2 is 50 away, but it's a linear element, so only x element will differ, y and z will remain the same. So this will be 50 and I'll put it as apply. Now you will say it has disappeared, so to bring it all into back you can click fit view and you can see 1 and 2 has appeared now. So now you have to create the material number 3. Now this material number 3, if you somehow misplace this window, like it happens, like it goes away, so just press alt and tab and see this window will be highlighted and just click OK, so it will appear again. Sometimes on double clicking this window doesn't appear, so it means it's running in the background somewhere. So do alt tab and it will come there again. Okay, so ये हो गया. अभी third key point will be 150. Why? Because see, according to question, it's 100 ahead from 50. So 50 plus 100, that goes to 150. And I'll click on apply. So I can see 1, 2 and 3 created. Now I'll click OK. Now you have created key points. Now for beam element, beam is considered as kind of line element, right? So you have to create line. Now lines will be joining these 2 elements, and these 2 elements will be as a considered as a line elements which will be added. So to create that, just a second guys, just a second. So to create lines, you have to go to line and lines and straight line, because this will be a straight line, right? So straight line, select this point and select this point. See, you see a line appearing. Now you have to add another line, so click on 2 and click on 3. So these 2 lines are now created. Now if you click on OK, this window will disappear and you can now operate on these lines, like whatever you have to do. So now firstly what you have to do, abhi this cross section which we defined, this material which we defined, it is not given yet to the line. So basically usko mesh karna padega. So while meshing, APDL adds material or removes material or whatever you have to do, like you have to give properties to the material or add some material. It is done in meshing part. So go to meshing, click on mesh tool. Okay, now as we know, this part has different cross section and different material than this part. So in APDL you have to mesh this part first and then you have to mesh this part. So firstly we'll be focusing on this part itself. Okay, so see here you can see global and here's a set option. Click on set. You can see material number. So material number is 1 because we have defined material number 1 as 200 GPa. You have to remember that. Okay, so material number 1 was 200 GPa, and see we have to add a beam element and its section should be 30 cross 30, right? So we have another option of 15 cross 15, but we need 30 cross 30, so we'll keep it as 30 cross 30 and you click OK. Now in APDL, to get better accuracy, you have to divide this single line into number of elements. So to make number of elements, see here this is a line, so click here, lines has a set option, so click on set, pick this line and click on apply. Now what will we do? It will do is it's asking element edge length, like what should be edge length of an element or length of element, or it asks how many number of elements you want to divide. So I'll do it as 10 and click apply. So you see 10 elements. Now this line is divided into 10 elements. Don't worry, it's not broken, it's just divided into 10 elements. Okay, so now click OK, and now you can see the mesh tab has disappeared. So use Alt Tab and release Alt button now. So on releasing you can see this tab has appeared. So now after you have meshed element, you have made 10 elements out of these. Now you have to mesh this line. So we have seen the material that it was 1 and 1 from here, see 1 and 30 cross 30. So now click on mesh, and now it will ask which line you have to mesh. So you know we have to mesh this line, and now you will click apply. So now you say this line has increased or something. No, it's not like that. Just that line has meshed and the other line has disappeared. I'll show you. For that, if something like this happens, go to plot and click on multi-plots. See, now you can see only this line has meshed because it has white dots, and this line isn't meshed. Okay, so you have to mesh this line again. So click on OK, and again this mesh tab has disappeared, so click Alt plus tab. So see, this tab appears again, and go to global. Now you have to change the cross section, like material is also second material and the cross section is 15 cross 15, right? Now click on OK, and the material has changed, but you have to give elements to this line as well. So set which line? This line. Apply how many elements? 10 elements will be fine. We'll click on OK. So now this line is also divided into 10 elements. I'll click Alt Tab, I'll go to mesh tool and I'll mesh again. So when on click in mesh, it will ask which line to mesh. Now I'll mesh this line and I'll click apply. Again it shows something like that. So you know the procedure, go to plots and multi-plot. See, now you can see both the lines are meshed. So after meshing, now again you will say we cannot see the cross section yet to appear. So for that to go to plot controls, go to style and size and shape and click display of element as on and click OK. See, this is the cross section of this element and this is the cross section of this element. Got it? So for working for right now, I'll just close the size and shape option and click OK, and this is line appearing again. I'll go to front view from here, and now I'll give you I'll have to give the loads for calculation, right? We have made the design, now we have to give the loads for what we have to calculate. So close this machine, go to loads, this load path. Okay, so click on loads. Now here we have to define loads, so click on define load and apply structural. And firstly we know that this part should be non-movable because it's fixed from here. I haven't marked it, but it's fixed from here. So we'll go on displacement. Fixed means what? The displacement at this point is 0, and what we have defined here is key points, right? So we'll select this key point. See, it's getting selected as small boxes there, and click on apply. Now it will ask what you want to apply, which degree of freedom you want to constrain. So click on all degrees of freedom and set this value to 0, and on clicking OK, you will see it is showing these kind of arrows, and it's showing that this is completely constrained now. Okay, so now you have to give force. Now what are the forces? This is 20 kilonewton on the left and 50 kilonewton on the right, but it's on the end node and this is on the middle node. So we cannot see the node numbers, right? So to see the key point numbers, go to plot control, go to this numbering tab, and click key point numbers to be on. Okay, now click on OK. So you can see 1, 2 and 3 here. Okay, now go to force and moment, click on key points, and now select this key point 2. Now it becomes very easy because you know which key point is it, and click apply, and it's asking for value in which direction. You can add either force or moment. We need force in x direction because as seen in the question, it's in x direction but it's negative, so no problem. We'll select fx and the value is minus 20 kilonewton, but remember we have given the unit of material as 2 into e power 11. That means it's Newton per millimeter square. So Newton means the kilonewton value should be inputted as Newton in ANSYS, because the ANSYS is unitless, APDL is unitless interface, and thus you have to calculate unit by yourself. So I'll put it as 20,000 here. Got it? Now click on apply. So you can see this arrow added. Now we have to add another force which will be on this key point. I'll click on apply, and now this fx should be 50,000, and it will be towards right because I'm making it positive and not negative. So apply, and it's in the right side. Got it? So now what I'll do, this will be first screenshot if you are ever asked in practical. जो DJ संघवी वाले guys देख रहे हैं, this will be first screenshot during practical exam. Okay. Now click on OK. This is your first screenshot. Now your modeling is basically done. Now you have to solve it. So to solve it, go to solution. Here it's solution, and solution, go to the solve tab, and here select current LS. Once you select current LS, this kind of window appears. Click on OK, and see the solution is done. It's quite easy. So close it. Now solution is done, but you cannot see any results here, but you can see something got added. So these are reaction forces which are generated, and to check where they are generated and how they are generated, you need to go to general post processing. Okay, now here there are tabs as list results, plot results. So first I'll plot results for you. Before that, let me turn on the elemental display. Okay, see, now it's like this. I'll go into plot. Firstly, I want counter plot, like it will be a colored element of these. It will show colored deformation. So go to nodal solution, click on x component of displacement, and OK. See, you can see this part deflects the most, while these are not so deflecting. Okay, and then this will be your second screenshot, the DJ Sanghvi guys, for practicals. And for the third screenshot, go to elemental solution. See here, this part. Click on element solution. You'll see a window like this. Click on stress and drag down a bit until you see von Mises stress. Okay, and click apply, and click OK. So now you see two types of stress are generated. Because this is a linear element, only two stresses will be generated in this section. Because the forces are axial, only two types of stresses are generated. So this is one and this is a second. Now you need the exact value at this point or this point. So you need to list result, like you need the list of results what is there. So go to list results, go to nodal solution again. See, in plot results also there is counter plot. In list results there is directly a nodal solution and elemental solution. So click on nodal solution, degrees of freedom, x component of displacement. Okay, so now these are different nodes. There are 21 nodes. So how to know which node is which? So for that, go to plot controls, go to numbering, and here see, you can see the node number is on, and click OK. You can see no changes have appeared here, so that's a glitch in APDL. You have to go to multiplots. Yeah, now I'll just make it front view so that it's better to understand. And yeah, so see, this is the node number 2. So node number 2 has this amount of displacement. Okay, it's very less, but it's considerable, right? And as we know, this wait, my bad, just a second. Yeah, So this is node number 1 because it's showing nothing. So this will be a displacement. As you know, 0 will be a displacement in node number 1, right? And the lastly, we need the displacement of the last node. So here last node has a number kind of, you can see it's a bit blurry. It's kind of 3 and kind of 12. So this is happening because in plot controls numbering, the key point number is on. Once I turn this on and click on OK, see it's the 12th node. So go here, and this is the 12th node and this is a displacement. So you need all these 3 values to be entered in your practical exam, and then you have to verify it via the FEA numerical format, which we know. So that was the first practical, and for those who are watching the video, hope you enjoyed APDL, and I'll be posting other practical videos for some thermal analysis and some other types of problems soon. Thank you.